Hey everyone, in today's video I'm comparing 3 different siennas that I keep on my palette: raw sienna, scarlet sienna, and burnt sienna. These earth colors are some of the most useful tools for painting realistic skin tone. They've got a natural warmth and subtlety. They move between an orange and a pink red, which is really beautiful. And using them really makes mixing skin tones a lot more intuitive. Using titanium white within the mixes, I'm going to walk through how each one's personality is, their tinting strength, and we'll talk about why they're great building blocks for painting believable, lifelike skin. So let's dive in. So grouping in some more earth colors together, these are my siennas that I use. This is raw sienna, scarlet sienna, and burnt sienna. So let's see how these guys hold up with a little bit of the titanium white as well, and also to see what their mass tone is. So this is my raw sienna, and it's got some little bit of green undertones, warm undertones as well. It's really beautiful. Scarlet sienna, really opaque. You can really spread that on there really beautifully. Check out the mass tone. I'm getting really good at drawing squares or rectangles. Kind of messed up there. Check out that mass tone. And our burnt sienna. I'm curious how much darker this is than scarlet sienna. And it seems like this is a little bit more transparent. Just a little bit. It's got little darker undertones than our scarlet. And all of these mixtures are pure, fully chromatic. We talk about the chroma is the intensity and purity of a color. Straight out of the tube. So it's really cool to see. These are the siennas. Let's really dig into adding some titanium white to the mix. And see how that affects. It definitely makes it more opaque, even though it seemed like it was pretty opaque before. So it kind of almost pales it down just a little bit. You can see why I use this in flesh tones. It's such a beautiful mixture for skin tones. With just a little bit of terravert green, and it can heighten it a little bit with those chromatic lights to bring up a little bit of pink in here as well. Be beautiful, beautiful skin tone. You can see up against my own hand here how it almost gets us there already. Now our scarlet sienna. See how this interacts. That's also... Sorry if my adjectives are always the same. I love this. It feels so good to paint on glass. I recommend you guys do this. Just you can really see, again, the opacity here. And when I always say undertones, it's got like this blue, gray undertone, but it's got a really peachy, warm quality to it. I want to mix these two together and maybe get a flesh tone. We'll check that out after we do our burnt sienna, which is another stable artist palette, another staple of people's palettes for the most part. And it's very similar to, add just a little bit more in here just to see some of the quality of it up against the scarlet sienna. Scarlet sienna seems like it's moving a little bit more towards an orange, which actually is neat because it kind of fits between this and this. So if you need like that stopgap, where this is moving us more towards, a little bit towards an orange, this looks like it's moving us more towards a pink. Again, easy to see when we lay them next to each other, how they relate. Just take that edge off right there. What I was talking about earlier about the skin tones, let's see what we can do. If we mix a little bit of this guy, a little bit of this, bring up the value. A little bit more here, and a little bit more here. Kind of, what do we get? And we can kind of see what the value as it shifts. A little bit more. You can see where we're almost starting to get a flesh tone. Very, very close. And then this is kind of how I work my palettes anyway, is I have this puddle, which is a mixture of a lot of these different colors together. Like I would probably start down here with this guy, and I call it kind of my family, my color family puddle here. And as I see colors, I'm not pre-mixing at all, but these kind of just develop out of what I'm seeing from the model. This just sort of develops out of what I'm seeing out of the model, and I start to kind of move in and out of where I see maybe a little bit more pink in an area on the skin, or slightly more towards an orange. I kind of move in that direction. And so that's why these mixtures are really in subtleties between how this is orange and yellow, because of the combination of our raw sienna and our Scarlet Sienna versus our kind of deeper pinky reds that we're getting from our Scarlet Sienna. I'm sorry, from our burnt sienna here. So the siennas are really important for mixing skin tones. You know, and then we kind of come in here and mix them together a little bit with the white. And so this gives me this almost full range of colors that I'm working with when I'm painting the model. Not pre-mixed, but related to one another. Awesome. Hope you guys found that valuable. Again, these siennas are a staple on my palette because of how versatile they are. These colors give us a foundation to be able to use those chromatic lights to move towards greens, pinks, yellows within the highlights and the light side of the face within halftones. Here I'm just using simple titanium white, but can you imagine being able to shift this towards even more temperature control? It's really powerful for painting portraits and doing figure paintings. It's really powerful for capturing skin. It's really powerful for capturing skin tones well. Thanks guys for watching. I hope this gave you a clearer understanding of how these siennas can help simplify mixing realistic skin tones. I want to give a big thanks to Visari for making such beautifully formulated paints, and also to my community that's over on Patreon that's helping to support these videos. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. It's a free way of supporting the channel, and I really appreciate it as we try to grow here on YouTube. And doing these videos, I'm learning a lot just along with you guys. Take care, and I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.